The kid from The Simpsons. Oh.
All right, people. Let's get this road on the show.
Okay. And that.
Hold on, let me lace up my Nikes.
Okay.
All right.
What's your boom arm made out of? Is it aluminium?
No.
Don't start.
Aluminum. That's the proper way of saying
They're
it.
literally two different words.
they're not even the same like universe.
Aluminum. Freaks.
That's how it's spelled over here. That's why we say it that way. We've been over this.
Aluminium.
It isn't spelled minium over here.
And colour has a U in it.
No, those are just extra.
Yeah, so does favorite. And what are you guys all slagged off about anyway? You don't pronounce half your fucking letters anyway.
That's true.
You have never pronounced a D or a T in your entire life, and now I'm supposed to add U's? You shut up.
I got dug out live on national radio for not saying the second and third T's in tattoos. Because I'd say toe.
Yeah, see.
Water.
Oh my god, I saw that fucking gif of him saying, hey, what did he ask you? Oh.
Keep up.
Yeah! He's like, K-pop? No, keep up. Oh, what a mensch.
Yeah. And the thing is, he used to live over here as well. Steve did.
Did he? That's cool.
Yeah. He's a good man.
I like him.
Still yet to do a voice thing for our show, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
So, we going all in with the one subject today?
We'll take our time.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot to process, so we'll just
100%.
we'll get into that.
All right.
Look at this triumvirate of knowledge.
We're like the Triforce. All right, everybody do your Illuminati eyes because he brought up triangles, so that means that the Illuminati is real, everyone.
Oh, hang on. I do it properly.
Does anyone pronounce the K in Shartan? No, because his language is strange. Tons of mice is here during the day.
Whoa. We're not talking about that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
He's not here.
Who are you talking about?
Hi, everyone. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Thursday for you plebeians. And this is your favorite day of the week where you get to hang out with us, your cast and hosts of the Bin Podcast. I'm Mikey Famine, and I'm joined by the lovely, the knowledgeable, the talented...
Wayne Lynch.
Damn it! She cut me out. I telegraphed it too hard, and she saw it coming.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah.
But the smartest of them all, Brenna, is with us. Hi, Brenna. How are you?
Hi.
What you
good
drinking?
Afternoon. I am drinking iced water because it's very important to stay hydrated. Because I decided to go to a whiskey tasting last night.
Oh my god!
And it wasn't just that they had, the 4 little whiskeys. A friend of mine, because we are part of this whiskey club. So this was an event. It was a free event for us members, and we decided to first off get our free cocktail that we get with our club membership, and then go to the event. Have the 4 little shots of the whiskey that was presented, while they gave us champagne, which is a mistake. They gave us a cocktail, and then they ended us up with another cocktail that they gave us, which was more of a surprise. They did feed us, but I made the good decision not to drive there. But I also made the poor decision to drink a lot. So,
It's a water day.
hydration.
Mm. Brenna, so you're in a whiskey club.
Mhm.
Brenna Duncan in the Illuminati, confirmed.
Confirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, we got
We
her.
got
Woo! So yeah, stay hydrated, people. It was a rough night, but I'm good.
So
I'm
Wayne Lynchmaker, what you drinking over there?
What?
I'm drinking a Shiraz out of an offshore Pilsner glass. Now, the reason I'm drinking it out of an offshore Pilsner glass is because my local, The Gun, have discontinued offshore Pilsner, which was my favourite lager. It was kind of like a light lager, which was kind of nearly IPA kind of style. They've discontinued it, so they've got loads of glasses left over. And I said, "Do you want them?" I'm like, "All right." So 3 glasses.
I
Wow.
may or may not have an entire section of my cabinets dedicated to free glasses that I've gotten over the years of working in retail. It's a lot. So like, like those like party packs or like for like
Yeah.
Christmas or something, like a bottle of Jack Daniels and then like a Jack Daniels tumbler or like a pint glass. I got loads of them.
Yeah.
Loads of them because at the end of the year they had like a big fucking crate of them. They're like 10 cents a piece. I was like, I got $1.
Fun fact: a friend of the show and celebrity, Scott off of 5.
Mm.
He has a glass from our local pub as well.
Well, it's cool that he has one.
No, but he took it without permission.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
trouble.
Wow, Wayne, you are really just dry snitching out here on
No, it's fine. Hear me out. It's fine because he got found out because our landlady clocked him leaving the pub with his glass on her cameras, confronted him the next day, and he was very sheepish and very, oh, sorry. She went, "Oh, fuck it, it don't matter, it's only a glass." But it was a fact that he just was so brazen and just, "I'm going home with my beer."
Is that
He's
a
a pop star. He can do that.
Do you know who he is? Do you know who
Yeah.
got voted best hair?
Yes,
Yeah.
oh,
2
Back-to-back years?
Yeah.
yeah.
With hair like
Yeah.
that, he can have all the glasses.
Did you see the state of his barnet? Come on.
My dear friend Elephant87 says, taking glasses from your retail job is just the spoils of war. That is correct. If I have to deal with Karens for 40 plus hours a week,
Wow.
when it's time to give up the glasses, I'm getting them.
Have we decided what the male Karen is called?
A Ken.
A Ken.
Or they call them male Karens, which is also very funny. Male Karens.
Which then it gets worse.
Yeah.
Right?
We're not even going to give you another name. We'll just say
Mr. Mikey. Mr. Mikey, may I ask you what you are drinking as of right now?
Is John Cena drink?
You can't see it? No. I picked up a little bit of that bad boy.
Oh.
That is Crown Royal Peach, but you can't just drink. I mean, you could. It's very tasty. But I threw in a little bit of Gosling's ginger beer.
Ah, very nice.
Give it a little to it. And then I added the lemonade to make it a smooth ride.
Wow.
This bitch is nice. I'm now, Mikey. I'm drinking this whole bottle today.
Mikey, did you before the show you went to go and pick your drinks up, didn't you?
Yeah.
And your old friend helped you find your drink.
You?
No.
What are you talking about?
The lady in the shop that helped you.
Oh yeah. So news to everyone. Maybe Elephant can attest to this. I put on a little bit of weight. It happens. You get older. You're not broke anymore, and you can actually afford to eat every day. That comes with some consequences. When instead of getting like 10,000 calories a week, I'm getting like 8,000 a day. So I am eating very well, and I put on a few pounds. I've also grown a beard. But I'm in the liquor section, and I'm like, da, 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 there's got to be ginger beer around here somewhere. And a lady comes up who I literally worked with for 2.5 years, looked me square in the face and said, "Did you need help finding something?" I was like, "Yeah, ginger beer." And then she looked right at me and walked over to the ginger beer. I was like, "Damn,
Ooh,
I do look different." That's
wow.
wow. But it happens, and it's okay. I'm at a healthy weight now.
And
So.
we're all supposed to change, and we're all supposed to turn into better people, different
We're all
people.
supposed to grow.
We're all supposed
I
to.
am definitely growing. Definitely in the growing part of life.
And
Growing.
here we go, smoothly segueing into our topic for today.
Ooh, I have a gripe first.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I have a gripe first.
Oh no.
I talked about
Do
this.
you want to see the manager?
Yeah. Can I speak to the manager, please?
The
real manager.
Hang on.
Yes.
Hello.
So I've been trying to watch the Olympic coverage as best I can, but I have found that there is a huge problem. They will not let you just buy a subscription service or anything to watch it. Even if you go to NBC, who is doing all the coverage, they will only go through your cable TV provider. I don't have cable because I don't watch TV very often. This is been the most difficult Olympics to watch in my entire life. It is unreal how I can stream a movie that just came out an hour ago from fucking Japan, but I can't get NBC on my TV unless I go through the cable people.
Right.
And that's crazy.
Well, Mikey, I have the perfect solution, sir. I have a laptop. Behind my laptop right now is a telly. I can just turn it around, put the Olympics on, and we can watch it through here. I don't know what sort of laws we're breaking, but
I don't know if
it's a solution.
I'm just saying, like, isn't that
hypothetically speaking?
But like even with YouTube, like you can get YouTube Premium or YouTube TV or whatever, right? You can do that and just pay a bit of money and they'll let you watch. They will not let you have the Olympics in the States unless you go through a cable company. So there must be some backdoor deal or something like that, but
100%.
I've been having to watch like highlights from YouTube because I can't fucking they gave me a 30-minute preview and I fucking wasted it because I was watching fucking competitive rowing and it was very good, but
Really?
the Chinese team fucking dominated.
Did you hear about the there was one guy in our team, he said he forgot to steer.
Oh.
He was just rowing, he forgot to steer. Oh, brilliant.
Elephant87 says again in the chat, just stream the Olympics on your OnlyFans. Boom! Boom sauce! There you go, Wayne. You just made £1 million by weekend.
Does Peacock the Peacock app do? I know that they can get a free version and they have limited, but you should be able to get something.
I tried that one and the NBC one, and they said, "Cool, connect us with your cable provider." And I was like, "I can't even."
I also have the whole idea of Peacock was a streaming, like it wasn't cable.
That's what I was saying. I was like, "Can I just pay you $30 so I can watch? Like, how do I give somebody money?" And everyone's just like, "Nope."
You're not actually the first person who has said that to me. That there is no just pay for the 2 weeks of Olympic coverage without having to have any of that, because it's something that you either have to have the cable,
right,
which is weird because most of it's on
it was
local.
it was on just normal everyday like bunny ears TV.
It's local. So it's channel 4 here, which
Right.
is a channel. But to have cable, I don't think you should have to be required to have cable. And plus, we, like you said, we have the internet. Why isn't it something that we can just get off the internet? A lot of people have given up their cable for the reason it's expensive, and they rather just pick and choose what they want. And if somebody wants to pick and choose Olympics, they should be able to pick and choose Olympics.
If they
No, it's,
even if they said, you know what, for the 2 weeks of the Olympics, it's $100.
Mhm.
Fine, I'll give you the $100. But
And you
I'm
get
not.
full access.
But I'm not going to start a contract with the cable company because I'll never be able to get out of it, and it's going to cost me hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the course of the year. I'm not interested in that. I just want to watch the games.
for $100 on my OnlyFans, you get full access.
And there we go. Do we have to have like a counter of how many times OnlyFans is mentioned here?
I give it another 2 or 3 weeks before we actually make one. Like, we're gonna have to stop
I'm
joking
gonna
about
do
it
it.
and
I'm
start.
gonna do it.
I mean, even if it, like, OnlyFans doesn't have to be like a naked body. It could be Wayne in some very clever socks.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Well,
me tuning my guitars or changing a tire. It could be any of these things, but it's only for our fans.
OnlyFans.
guitars.
That's my fault, Brenna. I take full responsibility this time. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. We've all been talking about it. We've all been teasing the idea. But when are we gonna actually do it?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a tarpaulin down in the middle of the living room, grease myself up, and
Oh.
just slide around on the floor.
Oh my God.
Just make sure you don't knock over the baby's toys while you're doing that.
Oh,
Oh my
we'll
God.
get the jumperoos just here.
just what's the name of my song, Wayne? Just have that going in the background.
Wake up.
No, not the song I made. The what's the song that gets stuck in my head? Your Sienna's favorite song.
Oh,
The night.
the night begins to shine.
The night begins to shine, and Wayne just slip sliding all around his ottoman.
When I look at you, I see the story in your eyes.
Okay,
Oh,
but
God.
I've detracted us.
Yes.
Today, you kick us off right now. I'll make us a banner.
Okay. We're going to try to stick to one particular topic. It's a wide topic. Oh God. Don't look in the chat.
I couldn't help it.
This is serious stuff here, people. That we're talking about. We wanted to, because of recent events happening with the Olympics, we really need to sit down and have a conversation about mental health, as well as how it relates to physical health or vice versa, and of our athletes, especially our world-class athletes, especially during this particular time. Not only are you going from national competition to international competition to trials, then to the Olympics, but also the fact that we have spent a year and a half not being in contact with anybody, and now we're seeing all those effects on the people that we're looking up to.
Yeah.
So mostly, yes, this is very much triggered by the Simone Biles and her pulling out of her of competition, stating mental health issues, as well as just some other athletes that have over the years have actually has actually started talking about mental health issues, and we're going to just have conversations about that. And we're also going to see a very prominent idiot talk about Simone Biles, and it's our favorite person in the whole wide world. So
Well,
she's amazing.
you have one of your own as well to discuss.
Who?
Mr. Charlie Kirk.
Who?
Charlie Kirk from Turning Point.
Go on,
He
then.
basically came. He basically came out and said pretty much exactly the same as the person we're about to discuss, but from your side of the pond.
And I also I want to make sure that we're kind of trying to stick a little bit to pointing at this particular subject, because we have discussed just recently in the past racism in sports, sexism in sports, and inconsistency in sports when it comes to judging as well. So we're gonna try to. It does tie all together, but also we want to make sure that we're not going too far off, because we could talk about this shit for hours.
Yeah.
And I don't have hours.
Sure you do.
I'm still recovering from last night, so I might be napping very, very soon.
What did you do in your Illuminati meeting? Sorry, whiskey club.
That's what we do. We drink.
I drink and I know things.
I drink and we pick leaders.
Anyway, I think let's start off by talking about what happened to Simone Biles just recently. She very much she pulled out of the team all around competition. Which, by the way, if you guys did you guys see the or any of the highlights about the qualifying round?
I think I did.
She fell, or she got off track almost every apparatus. So that, I think, was kind of this, oh shit, something's going on.
Right.
And then right when she got up there, on the, to the team final competition, she was done. She couldn't, it's somebody who at least one of us is part of a sport. Once something goes wrong in one part of your sport, in curling, if you shoot wrong, if you have several points lost, the mental effect on you continues.
Get the yips.
And this, I believe, is kind of how once she kept falling and losing points and each apparatus, it builds on it just builds and builds and builds to the point where
snowballs.
She was done.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you guys discuss this as well, because there's so much that we could talk about just with Simone Biles. But there's so much more to talk about. So reactions.
While I'm reacting, do me a solid, Brenna. Pull up that Forbes article, because now that we're talking about it, I can't believe I forgot about this earlier. But I'm a basketball fan. Everybody knows that. Kyrie Irving left the Cleveland Cavaliers to go to Boston, and now he is in Brooklyn with all the other superstars. And he would just not show up for like 6-7 games at a time, or 4 or 5 games at a time, and he would be taking these breaks, and everybody killed him for it. They killed him for it. And he definitely apologized to the fans, because that's who he really cared about, and to his teammates, obviously. But he's like, look, I'm not right. And definitely during this was right after the protest summer. So he was not in the best mental space, because living in America as a black man is stressful, and he was dually stressed. And he said, I'm not going. Oh, we're gonna fine you if you don't do this. Okay, fine me. Because they got a lot of the talking heads on ESPN and all that, the Fox Sports went, and they're like, oh, you gotta talk to Charles Barkley was one of the main ones. You gotta talk to the press after the game. You gotta talk. And he said, I'm not doing that. He's like, that's not good for me. I don't want to talk. I said, all right, well, we're going to find you $24,000. He said, okay. Well, now we're going to find you $50,000. He said, okay.
Mm.
And I think that's like, it is important that we remember that athletes are still fucking people.
Yeah.
They're still humans. They don't have to just do something because they're being paid to do it. If they're not doing what you like them to do, then fucking fire them or pay them less. Do whatever you need to do, but they need to maintain their humanity throughout from start to finish. They can't just be automatons for your enjoyment. That's not fair.
And
but
I think
sorry, Brenna. What Mikey just said there really echoes what Naomi Osaka was saying with her pulling out of the French Open recently. Again, all this talking to the press and having to answer questions, and it's like she just wants to play tennis,
Right.
and all of the usual faces were like, "Oh, it's part and parcel of the game. You've got to do this. It's all about the sponsors. If you want to take this big money, it's like, well, no, hang on a minute. I just want to play tennis, right? This is part of the package, is it? Well, do you know what? I don't want to do it, and that's exactly what she did. She went, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it for. Just leave me alone. Stop asking me these ridiculous questions because you're trying to get the clickbait that's going to drive eyeballs to your product or your paper or your article, and you're trying to get the gotcha. And all I'm doing is playing tennis, and that's what it's become because the commercialization of sports people has become so all encompassing in the sense of someone's looking to get that big story. Someone's looking to get that gotcha. Someone's trying to get that headline that they can stick on a clickbaity title on, I don't know, Give Me Sport or whatever, or Talk Sport or whatever the outlet may be. They're trying to get that at the detriment to the mental health of other humans. And I think it's disgusting, really.
And I think we all saw something very similar when when Colin Kaepernick started his knee, and then more athletes started doing that, as well as it went on to the Premier Leagues. You see the solidarity in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then what the response by the middle-aged white dudes in Kentucky were, well, you work for us, you are here to entertain us.
Yep.
And that right there shows this entire disconnect between an athlete and the people watching the athletes. Like they and this was something absolutely beautiful that the rest of the women's gymnastics team, once they were asked this, again, the stupid question about like, how do you feel about Simone Biles, pulling out of competition? And it's like, they all were like, we don't work for you.
Right.
Like, we are a team. We are people. We are athletes for us. We don't work for you. We are here doing what we have been training to do, and we support her, and she supports us. And it's something that I don't think we speak a lot about, is what real teamwork is, and what being a real athlete is.
Yeah.
An athlete is not an entertainer. An athlete is not a performer. An athlete is a competitor. Exactly. They play sports because they decided to play that sport. And now we are watching them. We are watching the best of the best. And yeah, if our country doesn't win gold, we should be okay with that. We should be supporting. There's that beautiful commercial, and it just, that keeps running about all these athletes who are like falling or hurting themselves, and then another athlete comes up and picks them up or gives them a high five or like cheers them on. And you see them, the little kids watching this, and then they perform that as well. And they show that kind of humanity towards other people. Those are the kinds of things that we need to be more encouraging, is that an athlete is a person, and they are competing for them.
With your permission, I would like to conduct a little thought experiment with regards to this scenario. Now, say Simone had carried on competing in that same fragile mental state. She goes out, she does a vault. She her mind's all over the place. She mistimes her vault. She pops an ankle or does a knee or something like that. Can't compete anymore. Tell me how you feel that the media would treat her with a physical injury, as opposed to how they're treating her with a mental injury. And this is the impasse that we need to sort of break. That physical and the mental are one in the same.
Well, they would say, tape that shit up and get back out there because I want to watch you. Right? Like, it doesn't matter that you're like, even when people like go out for injuries in most sports, all right, here he's out 6 to 8 weeks, and they're like, God damn it, it's been 5.5 weeks. Is he back yet? Come on, I need you to beat Cleveland. Come on, get out there. But it's like that's their body, dude. Like, you gotta.
But also you see, like, she injures herself. She's out for competition for 68 weeks, and then the story headline is, Simone Biles braves an injury to come back as still the GOAT. Like,
right.
Yeah. A big old American hero breaks ankle and attempt to win the gold. But when it comes to the mental health side of things, it's like, no, that can't be broken. What are you talking about?
It's like, is there something wrong? Is it coming out of your, like, your brain coming out of your ears or something? No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, just do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to perform for us. And if you aren't performing for us, we will be disappointed in you.
And I think it comes from this is a British terminology, but it's that British stiff upper lip where it don't matter how fucked up you are, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep going. What? I mean, back in World War I, when people had like PTSD, they got shot as deserters. Like, this geezer's seen people blown up. Oh, okay, and he's running away. Oh, bye-bye. Because we don't understand it, and we still don't understand it now. Look at the reaction. Look at the reaction. Naomi Osaka as well, the reaction towards her. But funnily enough, I think was it Rafa Nadal pulled out of a few tennis tournaments and didn't state why, but nothing was said about him. I wonder why the bloke wasn't questioned. But
again, it's like girls are fragile. So if something happens, they're broken. Like they're broken. Dudes are strong. So if something happens with them, it's a sign of strength that they're seeking help, or they're going back to their family. Like they want to they want to be with their family. If a woman does that, she's selfish.
Yeah,
she doesn't care.
Go ahead, Wayne, and then a couple of things from the chat.
No, go on for chat.
This from Glasgow Kiss. Thank you, Glasgow Kiss. Sportsmen and women are now advertising assets. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all
every
about
time
the
they
money.
wear something, every time they win, like that's money for that company. So that's why they're going after these big names like Nike.
Oh my God.
She said it.
And
I said it. Somebody had to. Nike, which is very interesting because if you actually look at one of the Nike commercials that they're playing during the Olympics, they actually mention how important athletes' mental health is. And which is like what we will segue into right this very second, about how people don't understand advertisers as much as they think.
Yeah.
Can we segue?
Execute Order 66, tons of mice. And then Elephant87 says, I think that happened to another gymnast during the Olympics during the 80s or 90s. She fell and hurt herself, and her coach kept pushing her. She couldn't compete anymore. That's Carrie Strug.
Yes. Well, Dominic Moseno also. She also was part of that
Atlanta team.
the Atlanta team.
96.
And she injured herself with a fracture.
Mm.
And she competed after that. So that's got to kill you. You're done.
I watched this documentary from the 80s about this kid, Danny LaRusso. Someone swept his leg in a karate tournament, and he went on to win.
So you're saying, fuck up.
No, just get yourself a Mr. Miyagi.
Sweep the leg.
How funny is it that they've done a full heel turn on the Karate Kid? Because let's face it, he turns up to this new town, nicks this geezer's girlfriend, and then beats the crap out of him. and then in Cobra Kai, he's actually the baddie. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Full heel turn.
Yep.
What was the other one? Oh, PDX secular guy, hey Nathaniel, saying we need to beat Cleveland is a new phenomenon. You know what? Cleveland had some good teams for a while there, for a good while there. And then he also says Federer did the same thing as the other tennis player you were talking about. Mm-hmm. I forgot his name already.
Rafa Nadal.
Yeah.
Brenna, did you want to talk about the bloke from my country?
I mean, I can't say I would love to, but I think it's highly important that we see this sort of like this is the common reaction to middle-aged white dudes when they find out a young person doesn't want to kill themselves. They don't want to
injure
like
this?
Oh my God!
Here's Morgan.
Let's see it.
Push the button, dude. Push the button.
Let's see it.
There you go. Piers Morgan.
Our favorite.
Gonna read that out, Mikey?
Wait. First off, whenever we hear Piers Morgan, we know it's going to be bad.
I don't think we have any good quotes or articles from him.
No. Piers Morgan, sorry, Simone Biles, but there's nothing heroic or brave about quitting because you're not having fun. You let your teammates, your fans, and your country down. Sorry, you let down your teammates, your fans, and your country.
Just that title makes me angry.
Why?
Because fun? You're not having fun? Fun is actually an emotion. It's how fun is a happy emotion. It's happy. It's excited. It's all this stuff. He's already discounting her emotions in that one sentence. Sorry, move on. It's gonna get worse from here.
No, but that's a good point. That's a good point to distill out of that, because at what he does, whatever the hell it is, it's not much. He hasn't been training his entire life for this. He has not been working like not doing things, missing out on things, traveling, doing all. He has not been doing that so he can sit around and talk shit.
Yeah.
This is where he ended up in life, and it's working out, so he's going to keep doing it. Yeah. But you're not an athlete, Piers Morgan. I don't know if someone in the chat Google if Piers Morgan has ever done any sport ever.
Oh no, he turned up on Match of the Day in a full Arsenal kit, and he was just called the full kit wanker. He is insufferable.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? I've played sports, nowhere near the level of like amateur, You know, like or like the semi-pro or pro, like those guys are insane. And then Olympic level people are a whole step above that. A whole step above that. He doesn't even know what he's taught. Like he doesn't even have an inkling of how difficult it is to accomplish the things that she's accomplishing.
Yeah.
Like
Especially,
it's so beyond crazy to do. It's
and
so
let's
beyond
also
crazy.
remember that Simone Biles is also part of this Larry Nasser sexual abuse.
Yeah.
Correct.
And so, and her and also some big names in gymnastics like Gabby Douglas, like she's also dealing with being a survivor of abuse. So this is not just, oh, she was a little kid and they started off early, or she was put under the spotlight at, what is it, 14, 15 when she, her first Olympics. This is also having that mental state of that she still has the abuse as part of her, and that has not been you cannot release that from you. And so now we also have to remember that part.
And the thing is, if again to bring the thing back to physical and mental, if someone breaks a leg, your boss isn't saying get back to work. They're like, oh, fuck, you've broke your leg, heal up,
go to the
if
hospital.
You say, Gaffer, I'm having a bit of a mental wobble. Shut up and get on with it. Do you know what I mean? There's
get over it, I think, is the term.
We haven't been able to make that leap yet from actually identifying that if your mind ain't right, your body ain't going to be right, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So, what is it going to take for the general populace to shed this notion of mental health and the stigma that goes with mental health, but we're all right with physical health? We're like, oh yeah, well I can see that your arm's hanging off, but if I tell you that I'm having a wobble and I'm not right, you're telling me to get over it. What that effectively does is, and I'm speaking from experience now, is that compounds those thoughts, and those thoughts can then, once you compound them, there's no more space for them to go. It erupts, and I've had that several times. I had a panic attack just the other week on my daughter's birthday out in public. Like I proper felt I was gonna die. I had pins and needles in my hands. I was just sweating, hyperventilating, and I had to call my missus and say, "You need to call someone. I'm a write-off here." And the thing that, for me, I'm out with my family. I'm the bloke. I'm supposed to be the protector. I'm supposed to be, the guardian, looking out for things and all that. And I'm sitting there, and I'm a complete fucking write-off. I'm a write-off. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm in bits, and it is so like to be in that state and to know what my role is within my family dynamic, and to feel that useless and that vulnerable, and to be able to say, this is what's going on. And for someone to turn around and, like, if Piers Morgan had said that to me, I'd have suplexed him into next week. You want to call me a snowflake? Fucking have at it. Because once I'm over this, I'm coming for you. Do you know what I mean? And it like this whole Simone Biles thing really has hit me hard, because it made me think of people like Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington, Keith Flint from The Prodigy, all blokes that had it all. They had everything. They had success. They had money.
Anthony Bourdain, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a plethora of people that have gone through this, and the thing is, a lot of the times these people give you clues. Like, I know Chester Bennington definitely gave clues as to how. I saw him in an interview saying, like, this is the most dangerous place for me to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was speaking out about it then, but even then, it wasn't really taken seriously. Keith Flint of the Prodigy is supposed to be like this double R geezer who's a front man of like one of the sort of heaviest bands that the UK have ever produced, and yet he weren't right there because we have this stigma about mental health, and I'm not trying to take away from
No, you're
Simone,
good. You're good. You're good.
but when blokes are discouraged from talking about it, it's, I mean, male suicide under the age of 40 is like the biggest killer of men in this country. I'm not sure what the stats are in America, but
It's guns here, but you knew that.
Yeah. But
it's usually some sort of heart disease, as well as which is always linked to stress, anxiety, depression.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things where it's very important to talk about that mental health is linked directly to physical health.
Exactly.
And if you push yourself physically, you're pushing yourself mentally. If you push yourself mentally, you're pushing yourself physically. And that is not being connected.
Yeah. The two work in symbiosis, and if one is out of kilter, then the other will be as well. It's that whole sort of Chinese philosophy of the yin and the yang. And if you have an imbalance in one, it's going to affect the other, and it will manifest itself within. Say, for instance, you're mentally not well. Your body will, as I say, like panic attacks. The first one I ever had, I literally thought I was going to die on my own in the middle of London, 30 miles away from my missus and my kid. We only had one at the time, and it scares the crap out of you. But it's things that you are not dealing with mentally. They sit in your subconscious, and then all of a sudden, because you're not dealing with it, it manifests itself in a physical form, in a physical reaction in your body. Like you stand there with pins and needles in your hands for no reason. You got this like weird feeling of absolute dread. You feel that you're about to keel over and die, and it's like I wouldn't wish a panic attack on anyone. They're not fun, but I mean, at least the second one, I kind of knew what was going on, but I was still bricking it. I was like thinking, am I going to need an ambulance or something here? Because I weren't, your heart's beating out your chest, you're sweating, your legs are gone all funny, you're all dizzy in the head. And it's like, it's hard to get people's head, people that it hasn't happened to, it's hard to get people's heads around the physical manifestation of something that is mental.
When you're one shot away from blackout drunk, plus you're really stressed.
Yeah.
When you have no control, like you almost feel like you have no control over your body anymore. You can't catch a breath, can't see very well. Everything, like you're sweaty, your hands are. It's one of the most vulnerable was a good word for it, because you're so hyper aware of everything because your adrenaline is pumping. You don't know what to do, and the only thing you can think to do is not do anything.
Yeah.
Because if I don't do anything, then I won't die. Because I'm going to die if I do something right now.
I not too far ago, I had a very serious panic attack, and my lungs just could not fill up.
Yeah.
My body would not allow me to breathe properly. And those physical manifestations of something that is mental. And that's those are not the only thing. Like we were talking just about a few minutes ago, like the physical harm, the harm that someone chooses to do themselves is part of mental. The harm that they do to others is part of the mental. But you look at somebody like Abby Wambach, one of the best female soccer players in the United States. What happened to her? She ended up crashing as her car as part of a DUI. and she got help for it because she realized that it was her mental state that got her to that point. And so we can see the substance abuses as well in people. Not just the physical abuse, but also you see those kind of problems. And then which was just this name was handed to me by a dear friend of mine who is a former figure skater and a Olympic figure skater by the name of Debbie Thomas, sorry. First African American woman figure skater to compete in the United States, which you would think, first off, just the mental anguish of that.
Yeah.
And then what is drilled into you as part of a world-class athlete is now you are forced to be mentally prepared for this. You need to be competing against everyone. Everyone is your enemy.
Yeah.
You are, if you are not performing at your best, you are not performing at all. If you're not first, you're last, I think is, the Talladega Nights version of this.
Right.
Like you have to be at the top of your game, mentally, focused, physically ready. And this is not stopping throughout any of these athletes. And you can see it. You can see it when they finish their race, that you can see that their bodies are just not comprehending it.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things about the media that you talked about too. When you're done with your competition, whether you win first, second, third, or come in last, there's always a microphone in front of your face.
Yeah.
At the instant you are done, stop it. Let people actually stop and get themselves centered. Because how would you like it if I was curling for 3 games straight and maybe I lost every single one of them. I don't want somebody in my face asking me what the hell went wrong. No, that's mentally draining.
Yeah, you really sucked it up out there. Can you tell us why you suck?
How did you disappoint your team and your family?
Wow, you really let everybody in your hometown down. Care to speak on that?
This is a media strategy that I really do want to speak to. It's like,
yes,
I can't remember who said it. I can't quote who it was, but they basically said the media is not about being accurate; it's about being first. So, getting these reactions from players and athletes as soon as they've left the field of play, it's all about, again, getting that clickbait, getting that hit. But you're not actually thinking, I've spent 10 years of my life to try and get to this final. I've got to this final, but now I've lost. And the first thing you want to do is shove a camera in your face and a mic and say, how do you feel? Do you know what? Give me a fucking minute to process this. All right? I'll come out later. Let me go and have a shower, have a sit down, maybe have a cheeky
catch
poo.
your breath. I mean, just the physical problem with that and not being able to communicate. Your brain and your mouth are not on the same level right now. Your brain has been focused. It's not going to care about what you like. You can't articulate.
And it's shitty audio anyway. There's nothing I love more than Usain Bolt just fucking ran another fucking world record time. Hey Usain, you did a great job. How did that feel? It was
exactly.
Fucking give him a minute.
Give him a second. I can't count the times I've seen a footballer being interviewed straight after the game, and there's steam coming off.
Yeah, fucking. Got his arms over his head so it doesn't stitch up. Just got
sweat pouring out of every This is disgusting. I don't want to watch this. This is not pretty.
And I had
it doesn't create athletes as competitors. They're athletes as, well, now you have to entertain us. Now we have to laugh at your exaggerated words. we have to be sad that you lost. Like you're they're trying to get an emotion out of us when
Yeah.
they're forgetting about the emotion in them. Like let them
Yeah.
have their moment. Whether
And
it's a good moment or a bad moment, let them absorb it because that's mental.
that's a great point you bring up there, Brenna, because they are emotional, which means they're not thinking logically. Their logic centers are suppressed. So trying to ask them a question at that point, you're not going to get proper sense as to how they're really feeling, because all you're going to get is the emotional thing. You're not going to get the logical side of things where they can actually sort of like dissect what's just happened. They might be angry, they might be euphoric. You're not
They might
getting
say something that they really regret, especially about their other
exactly,
competitors who have just been
exactly.
through the same goddamn thing they've been through. Like they need to process it themselves. We need to
Yeah,
step back and we need to go, well, that was a great race. That was a great game.
yeah. Well,
I
I'll
think
give you a perfect example of it. You have, like, say you have a bout of road rage and someone cuts you up and you're like, you fucking prick, I'll fucking punch your face in. Right. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, what was that about?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're not getting sense out of people when
Right.
they're just
5 minutes.
finishing.
5 minutes later, I'm still following that guy. I'm right on his ass.
I
I'm in
have a
the
confession.
I'm in the Mini Cooper, just like just popping my little horn at him. Teach him to cut me off.
I had a bit of road rage and I followed a bloke and he was purposely trying to like get away from me, and I was purposely following him to a point, and I just went, there you go, I've done my bit, and just turned away.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, let's
I wasn't in my work van.
let's do a quick mid roll, and
right.
then we can wrap up this conversation. Okay. But in the meantime,
so much to talk about. Anyway, cool. All right. I'm gonna do my bit, and you guys are gonna listen to me. So the first thing is, like always, there are ways that you can support us non-financially, where you can like us, subscribe to us, comment, give us that big thumbs up, smash that like button,
smash it.
You can subscribe to us on YouTube, on Facebook, as well as on Twitch. I'll get to the point after.
Okay.
Just you can also find us on. We have our audio version on any of your favorite podcast catchers. So you can. That's one way of helping us out non-financially. And if you would like to give us, throw us a few bucks our way, go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast for exclusive Patreon content, videos, special things.
We have confirmed a new guest host for the Brenna Show that is behind the paper. Would you like to divulge who that is?
Absolutely. I'm going to be partnering up with Jenna Mayu, and we're going to be drunk, hopefully. And then we're gonna girl talk and shit like that. So that will be exclusively through Patreon behind the paywall. So
Good job, Wayne.
If you want to
On it.
if you want to join us for that, you must be one of our patrons, patreon.com/TheBinPodcast. And we are doing a little bit of a change, not too much, but for the sake of our audience, starting next week on Thursday, we will be streaming exclusively live exclusively to our Twitch account. So please go to that if you have not already have one, or if you are not already a Twitch user. If you would like to visit us live on Thursdays, that will be where we are going to be. If you miss Thursdays because it might be a rough time for you, we will be re-showing the video the next day on Friday through YouTube. So you can find us all, you can still find us on YouTube. So please still become a subscriber and get that little notification, and just make sure that your notifications, so that you can visit us. But if you would like to see us live, that would be Thursdays on Twitch. If you would like to just watch us just go crazy with each other, that will be Fridays. So
Yep.
thank you.
And we're gonna put that at like 7 p.m. Central, sometime when everybody's off of work and you'll actually be able to sit down and watch. Because we get it, like we love that you guys are here supporting us, but we also understand that like this is the best time for us, encompassing 4 different time zones.
Yeah.
And
Four?
Yeah.
No, it's only 1, 2. No, there's only 3 of us.
Oh yeah, 3 different times.
Oh yeah. There's only 3 of
We
us
don't
right
have to
now.
worry about Sweden anymore.
Yeah.
But
What?
we get that it's rough for people to watch us, and people say, "Oh, I'd love to watch, but it's at a shitty time." So we'll still do our live shit, but then we'll also have a way for people to watch.
And if you happen to be watching us like during our review, you can actually contact us if you have any questions or comments. It is TheBinPodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
And if you would like to send us that, just because we still want to communicate with people who just can't show be with us live. So there we go.
There we be.
There we is.
Sorry, I just had to respond to Tim Bristol in chat.
Oh.
Oh, Tim Bristol says hi, Tim. Tim, also part of the Bin family. We're gonna get him and Irish Sweet show off to the races here sooner rather than later. But people are going to school to be masters and shit. That got a bunch of brilliant people around here. And then there's me and Wayne.
Yeah.
Tim says, where is Kujartana?
That's not even a word.
Yeah, he's just
That's
making up
made
word. And Wayne says, who?
Yeah.
No, he's not available right now. He's doing some stuffs. So.
He's filming for his OnlyFans.
Very much so.
Would you like to see my feet?
So I wrote this note down earlier, and you guys were going back and forth, and I don't want to interrupt. But let me put the banner back up. They're being treated like these athletes are being treated like retail workers, and the only reason I say that is because it is commonplace to treat retail workers like absolute fucking shit. Because fuck them, they're replaceable. Right.
Retail workers deserve it.
Fuck you. But
can I speak to the manager, please?
Yeah, exactly. but the whole thing is we know retail workers aren't treated properly. They're not treated properly, right?
Right.
And there's a reason why they're not treated properly. And we know what those reasons are. We can delineate them, we can put them in a list, and we can say that all those things that you're doing to that person are wrong. They're immoral and they're unethical. Just because someone makes more money doesn't mean you get to start taking things off of the list of ways that you can treat them badly.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you get to discount their mental health. It doesn't mean you get to discount their physical health or the time that they need to spend with their family, or you don't get to discount that thing just because they have more money.
Right.
It's not a and or thing. It's a yes and.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does this make Piers Morgan a Karen? Yes.
Yeah, we actually never started.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's do our talk about finish up about Piers Morgan, because I think that's a really good way of just ending it. And just there's so much anger I have right now because of this, because this is something, what he has said is not the first time these type of vile human beings have been talking about athletes who either have mental health issues, depression, anxiety, um, bipolar disorders, ADD, ADHD. This, and then also the physical, like we were talking about, where like if you have a physical um, um, injury, that this is also what they talk about. So Wayne, can you continue with Piers Morgan in the best Piers Morgan voice you possibly can?
Oh,
Oh,
I can't do Piers
oh
Morgan's
yeah.
voice.
Please.
Hang on. Let me do my Piers Morgan voice.
Kind of a little Boris Johnson.
It's
right?
it's like he's
Just
in
get it.
it's like he's in the room with us.
I know.
Who sent him to leave?
Sorry,
Piers Morgan.
Biles.
Sorry, Simone Biles, but there's nothing heroic or brave about quitting because you're not having fun. You let down your teammates, your fans, and your country. And this is basically Piers Morgan sounding off about Simone Biles and basically telling her what to do. I wonder why he's doing that.
God. Oh my
I
God.
can't think.
I wish I knew. I wish I could figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not smart, so
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that this is looking at this. I'm not sure this is actually Piers' words because it's from the Daily Mail, which is basically the 2 minutes of hate delivered to you every morning from your local newsagent.
Hold on. Hold on. It says, oh wait. I like my sporting champions to be cocky little devils, especially when they've got the ability and medals to back up the rhetoric. They don't get much kookier than Miss Biles.
cockier.
It's cockier.
Oh, I thought it
Cockier.
said kookier. I'm like, did you for real call her crazy? Oh my! I was
No,
about to fucking
cockier.
go
Cockier.
off. Okay.
Cockier.
It's because of the font.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough.
It's also because it's a different language, so.
Whoa.
There wasn't an extra 14 U's in the word, so I couldn't recognize it.
Here we
Yeah,
fucking go.
it's hard to read.
I'm gonna go and get my red coat.
Can you scroll up a little bit? Because from what a small segment of a video that we watched before this all started, up, Wayne. Thank you. Go on to the actual meat of the thing. Yeah, up. All right, there we go. Okay. She designed it her. What? That isn't. She designed it herself to inspire
Mobiles
athletes.
has her own leotard line. She designed it herself to inspire other athletes
Hey,
all over
Mikey,
the world.
I'll start from here. Look here, and then read from here.
It's so small. Like I'm sorry. I got like 80 windows open, and I have to keep this one the same size. And I'm like, oh my god, I cannot read that.
Do we need to get you a prescription monitor?
I would zoom in, but then I'd have to resize everything on my side.
Right,
and I just didn't want to do it.
I'll read it.
Please.
Simone Biles has designed her own leotard line. She designed it herself to inspire other athletes all over the world and sells them through GK Elite Sportswear for up to $390 a piece. Biles proudly wore several leotards from her own collection at last month's US Gymnastics Championships. One white, one lilac, and the other black. I don't know what this has got to do with any of this. This is just a piece from.
Yeah. It's because it's because we have to remember that she's a girl, and that girls are supposed to be pretty.
And she's rich. Look at her, $390 a piece for them leotards.
Yeah, so she's a pretty rich girl.
That's as far as I'm concerned, that's an attempt to like discredit her emotions and feelings because hey, you got $390 a leotard. What are you complaining about?
Exactly.
Look at this line here. Biles didn't choose a goat to personify her brand because they're her favorite animal. She chose it because you spell
favorite. I'm sorry. There's an extra U in it. And you have to take that. Can we redo this one?
Shut your filthy Yankee mouth.
Favorite. A favorite.
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 Favorite. Jesus Christ! It's like,
Sorry.
it's like fucking herding cats.
If you can say the word little and pronounce every letter in it, I will give you 1 British pound.
Little.
Yeah, see, you missed one.
No, I didn't.
Little.
Or letter.
Little.
La.
Letter.
Letters and little.
Little.
And letter.
Shut up and drink your water.
Fair enough.
She chose it in the sporting terms as GOAT stands for greatest of all time. Well done, Daily Mail. Thank you so much.
Somebody had to do it.
This
It's a tough
is
job.
The thing. Like,
We don't know that.
The Daily Mail is like the print version of Fox News.
Yikes.
It's shocking.
That's scary.
If you the only people that don't know what GOAT means are old people.
Yeah. That's
people
who
over
their
the age of
audience
50
is.
before you even start.
That's what they're trying to do.
Damn
They're
it.
making old people yell at clouds right now.
Exactly.
Oh, these young people and their acronyms.
But I think we get the gist of this article. It's basically you're a successful person. How dare you have a moan up because your bonce is a bit wonky.
That's not
What?
even English. What do you say?
What the hell? I don't understand.
I think he's trying to communicate.
I think he's having a stroke.
This is your bonce. This is your bonce or your nut. All right.
It's called
This
a
is your bonce,
head.
your nut, your melon. All right. If you're a bit wonky, it means it's a
Wonky.
bit rubbish. I'm trying to educate you people on British slang.
It's not words, Wayne.
Yeah,
Oh, really? A Kajatan is.
that's not a word. We already discussed that is not a real word. That is made up.
You'll get no argument from me.
Anyway, how much can I how loud can I scream about the way that Piers Morgan has been talking? Not just about Simone Biles,
I'll
but
take my headphones off. You
Yeah.
go for it.
especially other dominant female athletes as well. I mean, he does talk about Naomi Osaka, and it's like you guys are the reason why these people are having problems. Is because you cannot recognize how much effort it takes to get to where they are. And somebody like Simone Biles, who has already had a couple of Olympics under her belt, like
30 medals.
she is not like it's not like she's novice to this. Like, she's already been through all of this, and now we're seeing what happens when you continue to push somebody beyond their limit.
And
She didn't have to. We could have seen her in one Olympics. She wins those medals. She walks off the stage. She's fine. We would have all been happy to see her. Like, she comes back for the second Olympics, and she does the same thing. She's amazing. She wins gold. She shows her team how much they love, like, she's a positive influence. She's there, she's supportive, and we're okay with that. But now she comes back for a third one, and we're like, great, like, she cannot be stopped. Well, obviously she can, because we did this to her. We were the ones watching her. We were the ones waiting for her. We were the ones that were begging for her to come back,
and
not knowing that all this stuff was going through her head.
And having read through the most of that already and hearing some of the other comments, Pierce never brought up the fact that they don't fucking score her, that they don't give her her proper fucking due. Because if it comes down to, she's doing things that no one else on the planet can do. She's doing them.
Yeah.
Made them up herself. She figured out how to land these moves. She's doing them. And then to get told that we're not going to score you accurately because that could be dangerous for other people if they try to do them. That sounds like everybody else. That sounds like everybody else's fucking problem. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Sounds like if you want to beat me,
that's
you
a
gotta
new move. we can't judge that new move because we've never seen it before. So,
And then, like a few weeks ago, I talked about this with like Tiger Woods, how he was such an incredible athlete that he blew his competition out of the water to the point where it was just like it was. I mean, it was pressure on him. Obviously, he had some serious issues after that, and he still hasn't recovered from all that. But there was no competition. Well, nobody said about him like once he got off the planet, like oh what a disappointment. Like no, that's really sad for him. No, he was a huge competitor, and he still is one of the top bet athletes. Simone Biles is going to be one of the greatest gymnasts ever. Michael Phelps, talk about somebody who had some serious mental problems, who actually talks about it.
Yeah,
he is the greatest swimmer of all time, and he has mental problems, and he did it because it's so much work physically.
But look at the difference. Look at the difference in reaction, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, good for him. He wanted to care about his family, about his health. He wanted to be he wanted to just leave with dignity.
But again, this goes back to the point earlier about Nadal and pulling out for certain things when it's a certain demographic of human, all right. When it's a different demographic,
Yeah.
no, not for you.
So
we are.
So she literally goes out there, fucking does better than anyone has ever done, including she has like 4 moves named after her. Mm-hmm. And then because she's like, you know what? These are really dangerous. My head's not right. I'm losing myself mid-air. Oh, you fucking traitor to your fucking country. All right, Pierce Morgan, get your ass on a trampoline. Let's see you do a fucking double layout with a half twist at the end. Go ahead.
First off, he has no right to tell another country how they should react to their representatives. That, especially when it comes to athletics, he has no right to. First off, he's sitting on his ass all day, big fat ass all day.
Same as me. That's why I just clap from the fucking the comfort of my couch. I don't sit there and fucking shit on people as if I could do better.
There's no reason to. It doesn't help to blame these athletes for ultimately, like, if they don't win. Like, I'm not blaming an athlete for not winning.
Is this her third Olympics?
You know what? They're at the Olympics. I'm not.
Did you say this is her third Olympics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's only 24. I was just looking at this article about what Charlie Kirk had said. Charlie Kirk is a right-wing commentator for Turning Point USA, which is a PragerU funded outlet. Yeah, and he basically did the exact same as Piers Morgan, but he did it live on his actual stream, and you can find many people ripping him to pieces, from the Young Turks to Carl Kalinske to the Surfs. Not my Surfs, you're my Surfs. Yeah, just ripping the granny out of him for saying exactly the same thing.
Yeah. We got 2 good comments from PDX Secular Guy, our homie from Divine Disbelief. He says they are not scoring her accurately. Oh, when I was talking about scoring. I'm sorry, nobody else can keep up. Did we say Mahomes' September record, still no losses in the month, couldn't be counted because no one else did it? Exactly. You can't just discount it because the first time it's happened. And then he also says, oh, please bring up Osaka. Yeah, we talked about her a little bit earlier. Best women's tennis player in the world, mental health, how they react. And I wonder what she and Miss Biles have in common.
Also, I don't know what Tons of Mice is getting at. He said this weird word again, and it says equals he who hates trees in some sort of strange language.
Interesting.
Tree Slayer, I think it translates to in the
Mm.
common tongue. And
Right, okay.
also Ton says Pierce Morgan Pierce Morgan slowly rolls off a trampoline tonight on CNN.
I would pay money for that one.
We've missed you, Tons of Mice. It's great to have you back
tries
live.
to jump and he ends up just slipping. I would be sorry.
Hang on, I've got to find it. I'm gonna find it.
Oh no.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Well,
Yeah.
we're about done for the day.
Yeah.
Hang on, I want to do.
Let's ask ourselves a question. We don't have to have the answer, but it's good to
17.
think about.
Oh, I don't know.
42.
42, dude. Read a book.
Isn't it?
Anyway,
I love books.
let's
I love
say,
books.
how do we, for the future of the Olympic Games and our athletes, and not just their physical health, but their mental health, how do we help? How do we keep this from becoming a big problem? Because it's not just Simone Biles. It's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
In all athletes, especially you look at something like American football, where concussions lead to some serious mental problems.
Yeah.
People have died.
Yeah. I mean,
I personally, it's just more, just everyone talk about it.
yeah, and I think it's important for advertisers, Gatorade, Nike, if you're watching, they need to know that we don't hate. Stop it.
Oh, oh no! I can't watch that. I'm sorry.
Look at the name
I
of the
have a
Twitter
weak
handle.
stomach. I have a weak stomach right now.
Look at the name of the Twitter handle.
She just told you she's got a belly full of whiskey. She's still digesting from last night.
I cannot look at that. I cannot look at that. I'm sorry. That was disgusting, and I will have to drink more to wash that out of my head. Anyway, so talking about it more.
Yeah.
The advertisers.
Yeah, and advertisers, why don't you actually fucking reach out to the actual people? Because we're not our grandparents, right? We don't want somebody walking out there with 14 broken legs just to score the last fucking goal. Like, I don't need that. Like, I enjoy sport. Like, I love basketball. But I will never love basketball to a point where it is at the expense of the players.
Yeah.
Like, if it needs to not happen for a while because the players aren't right, or I don't get to see so-and-so because of whatever reason, that's fine with me. I understand that they're still fucking humans, and I should treat them as such.
I think definitely the international committees of these various sports should actually get together and discuss how they would approach this, because they talked a little 20 years ago they changed the rules about how old you can be to compete as a gymnast.
Right.
And what happened with that is, when you're no longer 13, 14, 15 years old and you have to start when you're 16, that means your physical body actually has to grow. So now there's no longer these skinny little white girls floating around hurting themselves and endangering their future. So now you ended up getting a Gabby Douglas. Muscles, powerful. You get a Simone Biles, muscles, powerful, flexibility, all these things that come when you actually train for that age group. So they can do that. They can make rules that actually help with at least the physical side of it. Now they need to come together and work on the rules to help the mental side of it.
Yeah.
I
agree.
I would 100% agree with that. I would just like to add just a little bit of advice, which I've said before on here, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. if you suspect someone is not quite right, and you ask them if they're all right, they're like, "Yeah, I'm all right." Look them dead in the eye and ask them again, because I guarantee people that I've done it. You put up this shield. I want to be, I want everyone to think I'm all right.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, if someone isn't all right and you've asked them if they're all right, when you ask them again, you'll just pierce that little cloak of, I'm all right, fellas.
And I know that we can't force people to get help.
No,
We can't force
no,
people into a doctor's office. We can't force people into a therapist's office.
no. But we can encourage them to talk to
But
us.
any little bit will help.
100%.
Even if it's look, maybe I need to leave you alone for a couple days. Maybe I'm being a little too strong for you. Maybe a mental vacation. Maybe we go, instead of going out and getting stuffed with greasy food and getting drunk, let's just go out and walk. Let's see some sunshine. Because there's little things that can at least help in a small way to show that maybe that they can get help. Maybe that there's a way to push them. I'm not saying that, walks in sunshine is the only medicine. I would never say that.
That from Dr. Brenna, you heard her here first.
Mm-hmm.
It is a part. There are connections we make to other people. And knowing that we've been in a really rough time, physically, mentally, emotionally, culturally, lots of things have been happening, and we're seeing a manifestation of a lot of that right this very second. And these athletes right now are in a foreign country without their families.
Yeah, and
they weren't allowed to go.
The other thing is, you make yourself available for someone. If someone's trying to reach out to you and you like, I can't be bothered to talk to this person, they're like, no, just make yourself available, because sometimes it's a case of someone is trying to reach out, they don't know how, and they kind of push you away. But in reality, they're reaching out to you because they feel that they can trust you to unload that on
Gain
you.
that
So
trust.
yeah, please be there for people when they ask for help. Look for signs when people need the help, and at the same time, if you see the signs someone needs help, again, just ask them, are you all right? They say yes, ask them again, but look them dead in the eye. So I'm telling you, that'll crack people that are hold their gaze, because that little bit of interactivity can really show that you have empathy and you kind of interfacing at that sort of like mental level. And maybe this is someone that doesn't want to show that they're vulnerable or weak. Allow them that space. Allow them that space to step into it and go, do you know what, mate? I'm fucked. Right. Yeah. I mean,
and on that note, I think this is a great time to do a sign off, and I think we had just scratched the surface of this, because there's so much more that we can discuss about the mental health of our athletes and how we deal with that. So anyway, may I sign off us?
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you guys for being here with us, and I know I'm sorry this was a very deep conversation, but we need to have these conversations. And I would like to do a little sausage making on this, but we here at the Bin Podcast, when we are done and we move off of stream and we leave each other, we always tell each other that we love each other. Absolutely. I have never met these people in person in my life, but what they have done for me has been great. I look forward to this, unless I have to work. But I look forward to this because I get to see them. So, Mikey, Wayne, I love you guys, and I'm crying right now because how much it means to me. So, from all of here at the Big Podcast, we love you.
Love you.
And we love you.
See you next time.